Hey guys, my name is Jason with Mount Baker Mining and Metals, and on today's video, I'm here with Dan Hurd at one of his mines.
Well, hello everyone, Dan Hurd with Dan Hurd Prospecting here. We're here at the Midway Mine. Jason from Mount Baker Mining has offered to help me out doing some assays, some testing of the gold ore at this mine. So we are taking some samples today to check out how rich this mine could actually be, and maybe even doing a little exploring in there.
Well, there goes Dan up the hill. And we're going up to these workings over here to check out what he's got going on. We're hoping to get about 100 to maybe up to 200 kilogram sample today that I can take back across the border into the States, run through my turnkey system, and we'll do a little mill analysis, sample analysis for him. See how much gold he's got in his rocks. All right, Dan, so we're here at your mine. Tell us a little bit about what we got here and what we're looking at.
Well, the portal has been blocked off for safety reasons, but the main seam is right here. There's actually two of them, one here, one just over there. And they are rotted out sulfide seams for sure. And the pit that we'll be working today is actually up on top and over there. But
okay.
We got to check out the adit anyways.
Yeah, we'll get underground today, but our main goal is to get on top in the pit up here over the little ridge, get a sample, and we're going to take it back to my shop in Washington State, run it through my process, and see how much gold Dan has in his ore.
Yeah, the old-time miners said that what we're looking for here is the rusty, decomposed stuff, and that's got the best gold content in it. And now this is just a mine dump, but there are a few pieces of... There's a good chunk right there.
Oh, okay. So yeah. This is kind of the stuff we're looking for.
The Gossin?
Yeah, Gossin, I think I've heard it called.
Is what they're calling it. Just basically the sulfides have rotted out of it already, just leaving a bit of the, silicates left holding the rock together.
Yeah.
And that's what they said, is that's where they were getting the best content. You can see a bit of the pyrites right there.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And we're just looking for that mineralization, that decomposed stuff. Any pyrites are a good sign.
Yeah, and we will find, maybe not in the dump here, we will find full rocks of sulfides, pyrites.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll pick them up and you'll know instantly.
Just by the weight, huh? Okay, very cool. Well, yeah, let's get up there and we'll see what we can find.
Now, there's a great little story here I got from one of the old-time miners that mined this back in the early 80s. I met him. He was just up here hunting, and he told me the whole story of this mine. He said that they did a lot of work here back in the 80s. They drilled, they sampled, they assayed. There's 3 levels to this mine. This is the top one. It goes down 2 more. And he said the assay results were almost the same in all 3 levels. They mined a bit here, they mined a bit at the second level, and then they mined a lot down at the bottom. They sent away the bottom to the smelters to get the gold out of it, and the smelters came back and said, sorry, you got no gold. Now, the miner said he doesn't know if it was, a bad assay, a bad smelt, if someone was lying somewhere along the way, whatever, but they went into big debt to get that big ore sample from down below sent off, smelted, and they got nothing back for it. So to get themselves out of debt, they went back to the top level, this one, actually even above it, back to the top level, dug a small pit where they knew there was good gold, and they sent that away, got the gold out of it, and paid off their debts. So the top pit, which I know exactly where it is, obviously has really good gold. That's what we're sampling today. Let's go up there.
We are heading up this old dump pile, headed up to the upper pit, where the old timers had some good luck with some high-grade gold. So we're going to go up and see what we can find today. And we're just about to get our first view of the honey hole.
The honey hole, yes. And you can see the 2 seams coming into the hole. 1, 2, very easily. One of them going out.
Interesting.
The second one goes out over here somewhere.
Okay.
And obviously, that's what they dug to get themselves out of debt.
That's the zone.
That's not much material.
Yeah, it's not a very big hole. It's not a very, there wasn't, 100 dump trucks come out of here by any means. This was a small little, it's almost like a prospect pit, but this is what they used to pay off their smelter debt.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that is interesting. I'm kind of fascinated by the geology here too, with the two parallel veins. I would thought they would have come together, but it looks like they're actually diverging some, going to the east and maybe coming together going to the west.
A geologist friend that's coming up here that works with the big mining company, he's actually coming up later on today to actually map this, where it goes on the surface, both directions.
Uh-huh.
Going to map the dip, the strike, everything of this, well, these veins.
And this is the only vein on the property that you know of? Is this one?
No. There's veins all over the place.
Oh, really?
This just happens to be the richest.
Oh, okay, okay. So this isn't just a one and done thing. There's lots of targets.
Yeah. This is the same property as my ocean picture stone claim. And in fact, it might even be the same seam. It's just over there, the quartz is turned blue for whatever reason.
Oh, interesting.
Over here, the quartz is hosting gold.
Wow, interesting. Okay. Well, and there's a teaser for another video, the ocean picture stone video.
We'll go there tomorrow.
Okay, awesome. We're going down into the pit here, and we are gonna categorize this into two different samples. This is gonna be the north vein, and we'll take a bag from this side of the pit and a bag from the opposite side of the pit. That'll be the north vein. And then we have the south vein over by me here. Again, we'll do the same thing. We'll take a bag from here, a bag from the other side of the pit over there, and we will sample them both separately.
Jason was just saying, on a vein like this, it's important for overall sample to take from one side to the other so that we can get sort of the cross section of everything, and we're not just taking a high grade sample and skewing our results. So let's get going. Let's break some rock. Oh yeah.
Dan, it is up to you where you want to start. I would call this the hanging wall and this the foot wall. It looks like it dips to the north maybe a little bit. Do you want to start here? Do you want to start here?
I would get closer to, yeah, just because of what those old timers said, it was all in the rotting material.
Sure, yeah.
So let's just stick with sort of the rotting and then just, you know.
From here to somewhere in here, wherever the easy break is.
Yep.
And we'll just get a bucket set up here. Let's move their flag. And I'm just gonna start right here on this hanging wall. And I'm just gonna work my way across. And it is human nature to take the easiest step, but it's really important that you get a full cross section width. And now that was a little example of, I tried to take equal amounts all the way across. Now I'm gonna just work up and down until I can get a bucket full, and that'll be our sample from this side. It's nice when it's all soft and easy. I've been in some quartz veins where they're hard as the hubs of hell, and it's really hard.
Breaking chisels trying to break it.
Yeah, that's right, whereas this stuff is nice.
You've really broken into a section here. It looks like it may have some unrotted sulfides in it. I saw some shinies coming out when the chisel went in, but that's sort of what it looked like before it oxidized up on the surface. Same stuff is in there, it's just the sulfides, those pyrites, still have their sulfur in it. The sulfur hasn't oxidized and gone away and left this rust. Makes it a little bit tougher, a little harder to crush and whatnot, but it's still got the same stuff in it, whether it's rusted or not.
We'll take an up-close look here at the vein we're working on. This is the north vein, and we've just taken a sample out of this area and a little bit up top here. But this is a really weathered, oxidized outcrop, and originally it was full of sulfides, probably a lot of iron sulfides in the form of maybe pyrrhotite or pyrite. There may be some galena in here as well, which is a lead sulfide. But because it's been exposed to the elements for so long, the water, the air, it's all oxidized and it's all turned into oxide. So that sulfur atom that was bound to the metal has been swapped and replaced by an oxygen atom. And that's why it's turned into this spongy, rotten, soft stuff, because it's all been oxidized. Now, if you were to mine down in here several feet or maybe tens of feet, it would become sulfides again because they haven't been exposed to the air. And you can see a good example of this up here where there's a little vein here within the vein of this black, really dark black stuff. And Dan and I were talking about this earlier, and our experience has been this really, really black oxide is from the original material was pyrrhotite, which is an iron sulfide. And so you can see very clearly how it's all been oxidized, all been rusted out. And it's a good indicator that that's where the gold is, because gold often hangs out with iron. Gold rides an iron horse. And so the gold and iron typically stick together. So when you find iron, just like when panning, black sands don't always mean gold, but usually when you find gold, there will be black sands along with it. Now Dan's working on a sample here from the other side of the vein. And it's not quite as defined as the west side. This side looks a little more gradational, where the vein and the hanging wall kind of grade into each other, which isn't uncommon, but it's harder when you're mining and sampling to define the hanging and footwall. And I gave Dan the harder side, it looks like.
Tough rock, that's for sure. Great pyrites in here.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And it looks like it might be a little wider as well, huh? Yeah. And we're using just a hammer drill to excavate this stuff out. They work really good. It sure beats a hammer and chisel, I'll tell you that. Let's see if we can get up and see what he's doing here. Oh yeah, good stuff. Here, let me just pluck this one out so we can take a look. It's a good looking piece. And I can get another bag if we want.
Feel the weight of that.
Oh yeah, that's very dense. Lots of good metal in there. You can even see.
Good metal. Let's hope it's the gold metal.
That's right. We want the good stuff. A lot of metallic sulfides in there. Very nice stuff. Yeah, I'll go get another bag and we can get.
No, I think.
You got it?
I think one bag is good. We got the other side.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more, but we're kind of on the other side now.
Yeah. Oh, good stuff. You did a great job of taking it all the way across, and you got about the same amount all the way across. That's a textbook sampling vein there.
A little bit less there, just because it was really hard.
It was really hard, yeah. But it's almost it's not quite a meter there, but maybe close, huh?
We're 2.5 feet at least.
Yeah.
Look at us using each other's measurement system.
I'll use metric, you use imperial, and yeah, we'll confuse everybody. But yeah, looking across there, that one was only about a foot or maybe 16 inches. Whereas this, you've got a significant greater width. Ooh, kind of run into a hard spot in the vein here. It's really hard to get stuff off. Well, we might get a sledge and try and knock some of these bigger chunks off because they're just tough stuff. The hard
like this, yeah.
Yeah, we're down through all the oxidized stuff, and now it's down to the hard stuff. Now we've resorted to hand tools. Hand chiseling. What do you got?
Well, you can see some sulfides there, but you see the quartz above it.
Yeah.
That is, stereotypical gold ore right there.
That's right.
Quartz, sulfides, and gold.
Yeah.
It's bouncing.
It's thinking about it, yeah.
It's thinking.
It's trying. Oh yeah, there you go. A couple more. I'm of no help whatsoever right now. Cheerleader. Yay! It's heavy. Oh yeah, let's see, there's some of the banding.
That's the stuff. That's the stuff dreams are made of.
Yeah. Yeah, look at there. You got some here. And we were looking, that might be moly. We were talking about molybdenum right there. Because we were thinking that the galena would be more cubic, whereas this is kind of purpley platey stuff. So that might be an interesting thing to look for. And that'll come across on the shaker table, so we'll be able to capture that.
You'll see a line of moly, yeah.
Yeah, yep. If it's in there, whatever it is, it's certainly dense enough.
And I'm not sure what it smelts like either.
I don't know either. You might have a molybdenum button with a little bit of gold in it.
Yeah. Oh, I need new chisels.
Well, Dan, what are your kind of initial thoughts here after we've taken some material out of the vein? We've got kind of a good look at some of the fresh surfaces. What do you think?
It's a great looking vein. As far as I know what gold ore looks like, this is like stereotypical of what it should look like. So I'm excited. Definitely excited to see what it actually has in it.
Yeah. Is this one of the bigger samples you've taken off the property?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
By, 1,000-fold.
Okay. So this is kind of the first time you've really got to look at what you got here, and this sample is really going to tell you a lot of information.
Yeah, the only real sampling I've done here is I took some, debris like this and panned it out, found some gold flakes in it, and a couple of rocks that I took home and cut on the saw just to see what the ore looked like inside. Nothing more really than that here. Okay, so this will really give you a lot of good information. Absolutely. Good. Jason just broke off a chunk that is just straight molybdenum. Molybdenum sulfide. Molybdenite. Look at that. It came off of this little section right here. And let's see if I can just give this. Oh boy, what do we got here? Look at that. It's just a streak. Beauty. All the way through it. Nice. Very, very interesting. Huh. This one may have to go for the auctions as well. We've got our samples down here in the bags, so we're finished in this pit. But I noticed that it looks like they kind of cleared off a bench here going out to the east. So they were chasing something here. I was asking Dan why they stopped. If this was such a rich spot and they paid off their debt with the smelter, I wonder why they stopped. And he didn't know. He didn't have an answer for me. But it may have been a situation where they just got themselves out of debt. Maybe the partnership fell apart. But just because you have a hole like this doesn't mean that there's no gold in it. So we'll get these samples processed and see what they have in them. Here's my fashion of the day. I've got my pants tucked into my socks because apparently there's quite a bit of ticks out here. And Dan says this is a good way to keep ticks off your legs, crawling up your pant legs. So it may not look cool, but I'd much rather have my pants tucked into my socks than a bunch of ticks on me. Well, to get you oriented a little bit here, there's the portal. And they cut back in here to probably expose the veins originally. But I wanted to show you this stuff over here. This looks kind of like a intermediate intrusive rock. Here's some of it down here. And this is probably what brought up the metals into these vein systems around that Dan's got. But a lot of times you'll have these intrusive rocks that come up like a big bubble through the crust. And as they cool, they shoot off all sorts of highly concentrated metallic fluids into the cracks and the faults around. And that's how you get these veins popping out like the two we see here. Those fluids come in, they penetrate the cracks, cool, solidify, the metals come out of solution,
and then you have these mineable veins. But oftentimes these intrusives are a good indicator that there could be some interesting metals around to see. Well, Dan, you think we should go in?
I think so.
We got to cut our way in, it looks like, huh?
Cut our way in, and then we'll have to close it up afterwards so other people don't go exploring. It is dangerous inside. There is a pit that goes straight down at one point. We'll have to watch for that.
Yeah. And just to clarify, this is your mine. We're not breaking into anything.
Not
this
breaking
is
any rules. I own this mine. I am allowed to go inside. We have to do things safely, and we have to make sure that it's safe for others afterwards. But this is all up and up.
Okay, let's go in and see what we can find. Are you excited to see what's inside?
I am. It's like breaking into your own house. I had to do that once too. That felt really wrong.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we find something good inside here. I have one more bag too. If we find an exposed vein, we could take one more sample.
Nice.
Okay, we're going.
Go, Jason.
Dan's making me go first.
It was nice knowing you.
Look out for the pack rats, he says. Oh boy. Look at all this. Oh, that's a huge pack rat nest. Well, actually, this only goes back to the pack rat nest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's the end right there.
Okay, so the first level does not go far before it goes down.
Yeah, and you can see the little rays they put in there.
Yeah, it goes down, down, down. This is a pack rat nest. It is a big one.
So you're saying don't jump across there and go look,
I don't think I would want to walk on that because you're going to really piss off some really big rat.
Okay. So
Yes.
no reason to look down the hole, but look at all the mineralization here on the left.
Yeah, it's gone yellow. The sulfides have rusted. Well, it's not the sulfur going yellow. It's still rust, you see, but cool.
Yeah, so they either went down or they came up, and they must have been chasing something they liked. Because going down or up is a lot harder than going straight in. But yeah, they exposed it all the way along the left rib here. Okay, let's get out of here before we wake this pack rat up, huh?
I'm kind of tempted to look down.
Oh, okay.
My camera's ran out of battery, though.
Oh, has it?
Yeah. Are you brave enough?
Sure.
There's rocks right there, so it's not a hollow.
Okay. Let's see if I can step on the nest. Ooh, there's a rat right there.
You found one?
Yeah, he's sitting on the stall right down there. Holy cow, he's huge. He's almost perfectly round.
I wish my camera was running just to get that on camera.
Oh.
He's huge.
He's huge. He's huge. He's got a big fluffy tail too.
Yep, that's a pack rat for you. Big ears?
Yeah, little ears.
Oh, okay. The one I saw had huge ears.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, it goes down there, I don't know, maybe 20 feet, 25 feet, and then it looks like it hits another level and keeps going straight out.
That'd be level 2.
Level 2. All right, I'll let you come look at this pack rat here. Wildlife sighting.
Where's the rat? Where's the rat? Oh, there he is. Oh, he's just a little guy.
That's a little one, huh? Just a little mini. So we're down at the kind of the lower workings of the property. Earlier we were up here in this pit, the highest exposure on the property, and now we've come down. This is the old portal where they did an extensive amount of work, it sounds like, back in the day. And Dan's showing me around. This is some of the ore that they took out at the very end, but it's just kind of solid banded sulfides, and this looks like quartz here maybe.
Yeah.
But some of this stuff here, you were saying some of this is just real heavy, dense sulfide stuff.
We broke some of it open and it was just glittery inside, just straight pyrites inside. That feels like it might be. It's just heavy.
Yeah, real dense.
Real heavy stuff.
Yeah. But this was their last little gasp of stuff, we're thinking, that they pulled out. Going over here, this looks kind of banded. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, there's lots of different piles down here. There's a huge dump pile here. It's probably hard to tell on the camera. But there was a significant amount of material that was taken out from underground. And I think most of it came out of that portal.
Some of the pyrites and
oh yeah,
galena or whatever it might be in this.
This is from the tin over there.
Yeah.
Picked up off the tin. Oh yeah.
It's kind of like a quartzite or something like that.
It looks harder than what we were dealing with up top. So Dan, we've been talking. It sounds like you're the quintessential prospector.
Yes.
You are interested in not necessarily mining this property, but what is your long-term plans?
Well, yeah, I'm a prospector. I find the land, and then I find someone that wants to actually mine it. In this case, we got the local company that's quite interested in this land. So we're going to do an option agreement here, so that they can come in and do some big testing and maybe mine it in the future. But I like finding the land. That's what I do. That is what a prospector does. Finds deposits and then lets someone else mine it.
Yeah. So you're never going to have a drill in your hand going in, drilling and blasting. You're prospecting.
I'm prospecting. I do mine the ocean picture stone, which is just over the hill, but
right.
For gold, no, I'd rather someone with more experience, more, resources did the actual mining here of gold.
Well, good. Well, I really appreciate you bringing me out to the property here. This has been so much fun working with you, getting a sample. We'll take her back to my place, and in a future video, we'll see what you got.
Awesome.
Okay, everyone, we got our samples here in the truck. We're signing off for the day. We had a great day up in the Midway Mine with Dan Hurd from Dan Hurd Prospecting. So be sure to check out Dan's channel, and he's got a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool gold mining videos on his channel, so check him out. I'll put a link in my description below so you can check that out. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.